I'm glad you said that. It is not it's not magic, but then that is the part of God that He breathed in us as human beings. The Bible says that we were just a clay, but He put His breath, and that breath is what we are also God. I think in somewhere in the Bible He called us gods. That means we are able to do the thing that God did. Jesus said, "These things that I do, greater things will you do." And so we have the power to pull our imagination into reality, and that all depends on how we actually believe in our hearts. Because I think there's a problem that anytime there's this kind of will it be possible, we kind of limit God in a way, and therefore it's difficult to see.
There are two things to everything. There is a physical world, real world, and there's imaginary world, which is the spiritual world. Now, the same way there are two sides of everything. There is a good and there is bad. There is possible and there is impossible. There is success and there is failure. There is up and there is down. There is left and there is right. But somehow we have always chosen the real world
to be negative,
and then the negative part of everything. So instead of we looking up, we look down. Are things okay? Say no. We don't want to see the positive. I'm going to write this. I'm already thinking maybe I'll fail. You don't think of the person. You know, you are going to do a business or you want to do something. You think of it might fail. You don't think of how it might even succeed. You know, you like instead of believing that you are a rich person, you believe, oh, Charlie, it's not me. I'm.
Just like this thing brings to mind the man who was lying on the pool of Bethesda. Jesus was standing there and Jesus said, "Would you be made whole?" Instead of him to say, "Yes, Lord, I want to be made whole," he started telling God the reason why he's there. We always look at the reason why we cannot make it instead of looking at making it the possibilities. Like about 99% of the people, of human nature, we always identify with the negative instead of the positive. I love that.
When you look at it, for example, in the physical world, the real world, we say seeing is believing. So if I see, I can touch it and I believe it. But in the real world, in the spiritual world, it is believing, then you see. So if we say seeing is believing, then we are limited because you can't see
everything,
and therefore you don't believe, and therefore you don't see it. But then when you believe it, though you don't see it, then, and that's why the Bible wants to say that blessed are those who have believed and have not seen. They have believed, though they have not seen. Blessed are those. But that's how God made the world. God made the world while it was not existing, but He made it through what the unseen world. And they say what the unseen world is a spiritual and rules even the seen world. So what we want to tell people is this: don't limit the power of your mind. The mind is a great thing God has given us. If I want the Bible say our spirit is talking about our subconscious mind, or what other people call the unconscious mind, not the conscious mind. The conscious mind is the soul part of us. It's what we think, analyze. Now I see you, we are talking. This is the mind of the face. This is the mental mind. Okay, but then we must know that we are spirits, which has a soul. And we are limited in the body. The body is a container that carries us around. Okay, so two things: we are spirit, supposed to live in a spiritual world, but then we have been given a body so that we will exist physically. Then when God gives us, we are giving birth to, we move from the spiritual world and we put on this flesh. When a woman conceives, the process is so great. It's a spirit which is moving. Life is in blood. The first thing is blood. So the spermatozoa that hits the egg is blood. Don't forget, when women are doing their menses, blood is what comes out. So that egg there is blood. And life is in the blood. Read the Bible. It says in Genesis chapter 9, it was telling Noah that the life of every animal is in the blood. Therefore, they should not eat the blood. So that egg, the ovary, is blood. There's life there. It's waiting for the life of this sperm coming to hit it. One is in that blood clot, there's life in it, they start giving it. So it's spirit which is coming. When it hits it up, it becomes physical. Then the physical will start forming in the womb. You understand?
Yeah.
So the child comes out, but it's a spirit within, but living in this container called the body. And therefore, we must choose where to live. Well, though we are living physical, our thinking must be in the spirit. We must imagine things. So everything around us in the world came out of our imagination. When Adam and Eve were made, there was no building, physical building. There were only trees, there were gardens, there was water. Every material was provided. But there was no bridges, there were no houses, roads. There were no roads, there were no nothing. So what did they do?
They started imagining things.
So what they imagined, they made. What they imagined, they made. So we must live in the spiritual world, which is imagine. When you imagine it, for you to bring what you have imagined to real, you must believe it, and that's what we call faith. So faith is that vehicle, that force that pulls things from the spiritual world to the physical.
Thank you very much. I mean, this is very deep. I don't know what you are dreaming about. Are you dreaming? And if you've not started dreaming, then start dreaming. Start visualizing the things that you want. It really works, believe you me, because the Bible says that before Jesus came, what did God say about Jesus? He was just a thought. A thought. The Bible says in John chapter 1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. Now, come to think about it. When we read Genesis, where is our beginning? We see God saying, let there be. So that is the Word. But then where did God get this let there be? It's from the thought. So Jesus is actually the thought of God. And for God's thought to be made real, he must speak it. That's why let there be. So John put it in a beautiful way. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. There was nothing made. So anything is made by the Word. Anything at all you want to have is made only by the Word. And that is our mind. That is our mind. So the thought comes from our mind. And then we have to speak it with our mouth. That's why the Bible says in the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, that what life and death are what? Is the power of the tongue. Those who love it will eat them. So when you speak your imagination, you give them life. And the Bible put it in John that what? And the Word became what? Flesh. Meaning it moved from the spiritual world to the physical world. So this is how we're supposed to always visualize. Then we do what we go on to what? Believe it, speak it, and we will receive whatever we believe in God for. That's wonderful. I mean, this is very deep. I don't know whether you've gotten what we are saying about at all, but I'm going to begin to dream big, because I believe that God has given us that ability in us that anything that we want as human beings, as children of God, we have the power to bring them to pass. We have the power to imagine them. And once I imagine it, I visualize, I see it, my faith, that is the unshakable faith, believe that God is able to do this, must also, will pull that thing from my spiritual mind to my visualized mind into reality. I don't know what you have been, but I think everybody has a testimony. Once in a lifetime, there was something that you definitely wanted, and somehow you are seeing it today. We just have to work on it. We just have to be cautious of it. And then I love the fact that he said that we should speak it out. What are you speaking? Are you speaking negative? Are you speaking positive? Begin to watch the
when
things
you say I am poor, you become poor. That's what the Bible says, that what? Let the poor say I am rich. And let the what?
Weak say I am strong.
Because when you speak the positive, you get it. When you speak the negative, you get it. So because these are spirits, and they are in our spirit. Our spirit is our unconscious mind. They call it the infinite mind. Then many people call it different names. Some people call it the unconscious mind, some call it the subconscious mind, some people call it the infinite intelligence, whatever. Even some people call God the infinite intelligence or the universal intelligence. It has no name. God, you can call God any name. God, he said,
I am.
Whatever you see him to be,
he is that to you. Yeah.
So if you see him as the one, the source of everything that you imagine, then he can make it. That's why he said in Ephesians chapter 3, verse 20, that unto him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that what
you can think
and imagine.
Wow.
When you imagine, he can do.
Wow, he can do beyond what I can imagine.
So great things, dream great. Because you realize that when you are dreaming, you are not using your normal
senses.
mind. You don't know what is happening, but you are dreaming. It looks so real. You can describe your dream when you wake up, but you realize that you are not using your conscious mind. You are using your unconscious mind or the subconscious mind. You don't have control over your dream, but you see you dream. That is your spirit at work. So dream big. You can daydream. It is good. Write it down and speak it. Believe it, and you have it.
I'm so blessed. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much. I wish you could stay on, but our time is up. I'm so glad that we have come in. We are back, and believe you me, next week we are coming with another exclusive topic. Thank you for listening to us, and please, this is not a joke. If you are not dreaming, start dreaming. Start seeing yourself in that relationship that you want to have. That's seeing yourself, that marriage that is breaking. You just start seeing it. Visualize it and speak it. Speaking is also by praying, by meditating upon the things that are upon your mind. You speak it out, and as you speak it, it shall come to pass. Thank you so much, Doctor. And then there's another thing that I really want us to be cautious of. I'm sad, but we are all guilty of the same thing, that we also, as parents, the devil is using us to cut down our children's their visions and their, because we don't see them because we are looking at the reality, but we don't have to do that. As mothers, we must believe in our children. We should rather speak the things that are not even come to their mind. That, you know what, you can be the president of this nation, you can be that, you can be that, and you can be that, and it's going to come to pass. So thank you for giving us your time. May God bless you, even as you shared this video. And until we come your way again next week, this has always been Doctor and Mrs. Dodoo, the teacher. God bless you. Thank you. Love you. Bye-bye.